In this video, we remove our Mark 6 Transit original head unit and replace it with a single DIN kit and a new stereo. So we got a Ford Transit Mark 6 and it has a DIN and 2/3 stereo, which is a really strange way to do it. And for those who don't know what a DIN is, a single DIN is the size of a normal stereo. So if you think of a normal slim car stereo, that's a single DIN, and a double DIN is exactly that. It's two of those, so we'll come down to about here. But Ford, in their infinite wisdom, decided to make this proprietary DIN and 2/3, so no one makes that. So what we've done for ours is we bought this adapter kit, and that comes with a faceplate which allows us to remove the original Ford stereo and then put the faceplate kit in, and then we've got a single DIN slot there and it fills out the rest of the space. Also included in the kit, because Ford's wiring again is different to most, this is a standard socket and they're Ford sockets, so this is an adapter kit for the power and the speakers. Also the radio is different, so you get an adapter for the aerial to go from the Ford to the standard fixing. And finally, as it is Ford, you get a set of Ford keys to remove the stereo. So we'll take the stereo out. So that just slots in the two gaps there. You press them in, pull them out, and that's that one. Unclip the cables. 1, 2, that's come loose. Someone's done a repair on that. Let's have a look. That's not a very good repair. Right, I've just taped that into place for now. I will sort that out later, but for this purpose, you've got the two adapters. Now, generally, anything with the red and the black and the orange and the yellow one will be for power, and there is only one way these adapters go in. So that one slips in there and clips in. I'm going to take that up in a second. And then the speakers will generally be the rest. So you'll end up with front left, front right, rear left, rear right. And they, again, only go in one way and clip in. And that wasn't the way. That's the way. There we go. So that one's in and that one's in. Let's just get a bit more tape around there now, because I don't want it to slip off once it's in. Then we've got the aerial. So we've got the adapter there, which then just pushes in, and that's the aerial adapter in. And then the faceplate goes through and clips over. There we are. So that is now a single DIN stereo recess with standard industry standard connectors. So that's ready to accept a new stereo now. Now we did look at several different head units, but we decided that with Maximus especially, if you don't watch our videos, Maximus is our son. He's on the autistic spectrum and he loves to talk to the sat-nav. So in our car, I end up having the sat-nav on my phone anyway, whilst he repeats the directions 100 times. So there was no point in us spending a lot of money on a sat-nav head unit. So we just got something really simple. And this was pretty much one of the cheapest things on Amazon. We'll link to this as well. I think it was 15 or 17 quid. And in here, we've got a small head unit, which is USB, SD card, line in, and it does your phone as well through Bluetooth with a mic there, sending your speakers out. So that's everything we need out of a head unit. It also comes with its own little set, some instructions, and a remote control. It comes with the wiring in case you haven't got it and you want to do it manually. Far easier to clip in, so we've clipped in. And its own set of stereo keys. So let's have a look. You can see there's a cage frame there, which will go into this recess now. Let's get that off. There we go. There's like a bezel around the front. That was coming off. There we go. So there's a front bezel, and then at the side here, if you can see, there's small key recesses. They go in there like that. push that off so you can pull it out. You'll do both sides at once. Obviously it's out of the vehicle at the moment, so I can just do that and slide out. He says it's just stuck on the back there. Let's get it out a little bit. There we are. Okay. Oh no, it's still stuck again a little bit. There we go. So yeah, when you've got the keys in properly, you'll leave the keys in position and they'll push out on the cage. Now what we'll do is we'll test it first before we fit the cage in. 1, 2. Now we've only got our front speakers in at the moment, so that's all we'll be able to hear. That will sit in there like that. Let's have some power. And there we are. Now the aerial isn't outside, so let's give it a quick tune, see if it picks anything up. There we go. USB. Turn that down, it's quite loud that. USB in there. Recognised it straight away. And there we go. So USB works as well, radio works, and will work even better when we get our aerial back on the outside of the vehicle. That's that for now. So let's just power off again. Remove that one. Remove that one. That's in there, we'll leave that in there. It makes no difference as long as it clips on. Right, so we've got a cage. So we want that cage to sit in here. There we go. And on the cage there's some D-presses and we'll just push. Can you see that? I'm pushing these metal recesses in a bit, which will hold the cage in place against the top and the bottom. I can't quite see underneath there. There's one. There's 2. I'd have pushed those 2 there down, and I'm pushing these 2 here down. Bending them over, just so they grip in place inside the tray. There we go. Okay. So that's the cage fitted. Okay, let's clip the front back on. There we go. Fit the cables again. These will only fit in the specific holes. Pop the aerial back on. And then we should be able to slide that in place. I'm it in the wrong way. There we go. Let's turn it down a little bit because it was loud. Good stuff. So that was fitting a single DIN car stereo into a DIN and a third. And as I say, it'll work for any car stereo.